Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
All right, boys and girls, gather around the radio. The big story, LeBron James is going to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. And I've got a brother in here right now whom I love dearly. Not because I like him, but because I like his parents. And that's Riley Jensen.
I get a lot of stuff because of my parents.
Yeah, I tell you, man.
I was born. I was born like halfway between home plate and first base. They have opened a lot of doors for me.
And the Sixers is the door open for a championship. He considered Cleveland. He considered Miami. He considered Golden State. And the Philly move adding Jalen Downtown Brown to their core. You got Tyrese Maxey. You got VJ Edgecombe. You got Joel Embiid. We'll get to that for sure. That's the top story. That happened Friday. We were off. We were celebrating Pioneer Day. I am so grateful for my Pioneer heritage, which I have none.
Bunch of sturdy women in your
as
ancestry.
It relates to the state of Utah. you two, you run deep. I think Hatch and Jensen, boy, if those aren't two Pioneer last names, I don't know what is.
You got to admit, Jake, not as big as James.
No.
Not
no.
James has some serious heritage.
Now. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah. I wish they would have kept the name Sniggledorf, but they dropped it for entertainment purposes. So we understand that. I thought, as far as dropping names, I thought that. Did you see that Morgan Scally when he sang that song at some kind of
I did.
meeting?
I saw
George
that.
Benson on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
And his real first name is Ford, so I think if the coaching thing doesn't work, even if it does work, you can do some music on the side.
Ford Scally?
Ford Scally, yeah.
I actually really like that name.
Or Ford Morgan.
I'm pretty sure his father's like a big time attorney. That sounds like an attorney's name too.
Oh, he had negotiated that big contract, huh?
Right?
Oh, yeah. We'll get to all that. All right. Also, the Grizzlies are going to buy out Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Did your parents contemplate naming you Kentavious?
Yes. It was a thought.
Now he's going to go to Philadelphia because he was a teammate of LeBron James in Los Angeles, I think, from like 2019 to 2022, somewhere in there. They won the bubble championship. He's going to sign a 1-year, $3.9 million deal to join this Super League team. And the Nuggets, they opted to match the Thunder's offer to Spencer Jones. He had signed a 2-year, $12 million offer sheet with OKC. But Denver decided to match him. And he's a homegrown talent. They drafted him. They nurtured him. They developed him. He's going to stay there. All right. We will hit the NBA. We got a couple of guests we're going to talk about with the NBA. One out of Philadelphia. And then also our national NBA guy, Brian Getzeiler. I believe he's back from vacation. So we've got a lot to say about that. Stay with us as we run through what's going on as far as what's trending. Okay, the NFL.
Hashtag NFL.
Man, this was a crazy story. Kyle Shanahan was in a car accident and wasn't reported at first. About a week or so later, broke his nose, 3 ribs, his hand, needed 40 stitches in his face, and suffered a severe concussion. So that's going to have him limited. And assistant coach Chris Forster is running the team in Shanahan's absence as they have the opportunity to get camps going on. I think all camps are going on right now, right? They've started over the weekend or late last week. Man, what do you think about that one? Jeez.
Oh, dude, he took a hit.
Yeah. Wow.
If anything, he's just going to have like a little bit more empathy for his quarterback and for some of the players and what they go through every weekend in the NFL.
It was about almost coming up on 3 years now. I was in a car accident, and I was turning left, and I looked to the right, and there was a left-hand turn lane that was ahead of me. And when I looked, there was nobody there. Then I looked to my right, and as I looked to my right, this car came into the left-hand turn. I pull out, plowing them, airbags go off and all that. Since then, I have, what do they call that, PTSD or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Anytime I have to turn left, I get jittery.
Dude, you're like Zoolander. I got no left turn. I got no left turn.
I mean, in the beginning, it was, gosh, I avoided left turns.
Isn't it interesting? I do think it's interesting. I've been, not knock on wood, any major, right, but like fender benders like that, they do make you jumpy.
Yeah. Yeah, I totaled the car because I guess once the airbags come out.
Yeah, that's a total.
Yeah. And they told me, okay, we're going to take your car, take everything. Well, I was like in a fog, and I took just like nothing, and I got home thinking, I left all that stuff in the car. I had to go back to their salvage yard.
And get everything
because
out.
I wasn't thinking straight.
Right.
It was the second car
you have a
accident
concussion?
I'd been in. I don't think so. I don't know.
Just flustered. Not, you weren't having like brain fog. Well, you're having brain fog, but not the type from getting hit.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it was about 20 feet.
Car accidents are no fun, and then just the hassle of like trying to get your car fixed or buy another car, like all that stuff is just no bueno.
Insurance was pretty good, and so basically I wasted a year of car payments because I had to get another one and start over. And when I was 16, I was in a car accident. My sister got a new car, a Vega, my older sister, and she and her husband and my parents went to Vegas for the weekend. I was living in Phoenix.
They went to Vegas in the Vega?
No, they went to Vegas in another car, and that's the point. They left the Vega, and I was going to the Salt River to tube, and I may have had, a female with me, and so I wanted to impress her, and my sister said, you can have the car, but don't take it to the river. I took it to the river, and I totaled it. This is on a Saturday, and I think it was over Labor Day weekend because it was a long weekend, and I had to sit there. I sat in the dark for like 2 days, and they come back Labor Day night, and they see the Vega's not there, but she said I can use it, but she said don't take it to the river. And then they walk in, and they see me sitting there. Where's the Vega? I got
That was not happiness. I bet your dad was super happy about that deal.
It was nasty, but I had gotten a job. I went and got a job the next day. So I said,
so you could help pay for it?
Yeah. Sirloin Stockade on 19th Avenue and Northern for all you Phoenix people. And it's like a sizzler. You go up, you order your steak or whatever, and then they bring it to you. But
are you a busboy there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I actually, in December, this was in obviously August. In December, we went to trial because I was crossing a bridge, and a truck just stopped on the bridge, and there always says right when you go over where all the tubers are underneath.
Don't stop on the bridge.
Yeah. And so I plowed into him because he was letting people off the back of his truck. And so we went, and I represented myself, and this guy had an attorney, and I got off.
Really?
Yeah. We didn't have any money for an attorney.
You knew how to talk back then.
So I got this.
Your mouth has been making money for you for a long time.
So I told my mother, I said, I got this, man. I got this. We're good to go. And he had an attorney, and I remember
How old were you?
16.
Yeah. Wow. I'm loving this story because I have a 14, a 12, and a 7-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way that I could see my daughter in 2 years going to court by herself.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
We didn't have any money for an attorney. And I remember the guy that I hit, he was up there on the stand, and he started to chuckle. And I said to him, "You think this is funny?"
What do you sound like?
Absolute true story. Yeah.
What's that show with like Ralph Macchio and Joe Pesci? Where they say two Utes?
What is that show? With Ed Herman Munster?
Yeah. As the judge.
As the judge.
He's like, 2 Utes? What are you talking about, 2 Utes? That's what you sound like.
My cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny. You sound like you're like right out of Joe Pesci.
Well,
oh, you think this is funny?
Joe Pesci's
You think this is funny?
Pesci's a North Jersey guy, so
yeah, it sounds just like you.
So there you go. The Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett reworked their contract $15 million. $15.5 million. And the funny thing about that, they're going to give him more money, and he has a chance to make up as much as $21 million with incentives. Is without him, they're going to win 3 games, and with him, they're going to win 3 games.
But he's got incentives.
Yeah, journeyman quarterback. Patriots offered star cornerback Christian Gonzalez highest paid cornerback deal in the NFL per Robert Kraft. The going rate for top shelf corners is north of $30 million. And Trent McDuffie holds the richest deal right now at 4 years, $124. So that's we'll see how that plays out. And then the horrible story. Had you guys known of Jordan Devey? Now he committed suicide over the weekend.
My youngest brother Crosby, you know Crosby. He played with Jordan at Snow College.
Okay, yeah, he plays a former American Fork High School, Snow College. And he played 7 seasons in the NFL, 44 games, 21 starts, won the Super Bowl with New England, only like 38, 39 years old, up there in Idaho. 4 kids, just an awful story. The CTE, if that's it, whatever. That's just an awful, awful story as far as that goes. I don't know that you can have a worse story. All right, let's move on to college football.
Hashtag college football.
Another wild story in college football. North Carolina placing their general manager, Mike Lombardi, on paid administrative leave this morning. He was brought on when the school hired Belichick, of course, as head coach, and he'd been handling NIL personnel for UNC. And what was the deal with him, Yak? What was it?
He's been tied up in all kinds of stuff. He obviously is thick as thieves with Belichick, and I know Belichick's been up and down with the Tar Heels, and there's been no reporting as to why exactly he's been placed on administrative leave this morning yet. But give it an hour or two, and I'm sure we'll have some updates.
He's handling NIL. So, is he mishandling
He's
NIL?
Skimming money off? Who knows? We'll see.
Stanford football players, they formed a campus chapter of College Football Players Association. Now, I thought it was going to be campus ambassadors. That seemed to be a big deal for a while. But it's the College Football Players Association, making the Cardinal first team to partner with an organization which aims to eventually unionize college athletics. The CFBPA hopes to establish bargaining units on a conference-by-conference basis and plans to take steps to formally unionize if and when it has signed the majority of players at every school. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Maybe that can happen. We'll see. So many changes are going to happen as far as college football goes. And how about this one? Robert Aaron Suttles. He's the content coordinator for Yay, Alabama. The Name, Image, and Likeness Initiative for Alabama Athletics was arrested late last week for solicitation of prostitution during human trafficking in Shelby County, Alabama. He was one of 15 men arrested in the operation. What the heck is that?
Well, there's just really good people that are involved with NIL at every school, it feels like. You go from North Carolina to Alabama, there's just some outstanding individuals running these organizations.
What? You
had to know that eventually, good people make mistakes, right? This is just totally just like a one-off for both of these guys.
When you hear the phrase human trafficking, that just... Oh my gosh. I cannot comprehend that. whatsoever as far as that goes. Now, he's not charged with anything. Well, he's been arrested, charged, I guess, but have to let it play out there. But that has the potential to be very nasty too. All right, MLB.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Hall of Fame yesterday. I like watching that stuff. You had 3 guys, Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones, and Jeff Kent are in Cooperstown. All of them had the opportunity to address the crowd. I listened to Jeff Kent's while I was on the airplane yesterday flying back from Minnesota. And I like when you hear those guys start to reflect and talk about their journey, because everybody's got a journey. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, you have a journey. Now, this one is very public, and it ends up, what percent of players do you think that play MLB make the Hall of Fame?
0.05%.
One. You missed it by a half. 1%, they said. The lady who runs the Hall of Fame, she does a little introduction, and that's what she said. 1%. And Jeff Kent got in a little late, but he still got in. No problem there.
I do like the Andrew Jones story. He's from Curacao.
Yes.
If you've ever been on a cruise, you've probably been to Curacao at one time or another.
He's the first player from Curacao to be in the Hall.
So one thing that's really interesting just from a sports psychology standpoint that's interesting about him, he set off what they call ignition in sports psychology. There are more players per capita from the island of Curacao that play in Major League Baseball than anywhere in the world. And it was all started because they just fell in love with him hitting those home runs. I think it was against the Yankees. He was with the Braves. Then he ended up playing for the Yankees, I think. But so that island is so small if you've ever been there. They have over 450 kids in their Little League program, and they say that they place a higher percentage of kids than anywhere in the world.
Even more than the
Major League Baseball.
The Dominican in Puerto Rico?
Yep.
This sounds like Samoans in the NFL, because there's an outsized number of Samoans playing professional football.
Right, and a lot of them are outsized.
Good point. But in terms of their relative size of the islands and everything, yeah.
If you're interested in what I do, ignition is a really fun topic to read up on, and I'm sure Andrew would be involved in any conversation that has to do with ignition.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Brewers ace Jacob Misiorowski, franchise record by striking out the first 7 Colorado Rockies 11-2. He struck out 12 of the first 13 batters. I think he had a fastest pitch recorded. What was 179 miles an hour or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Little skinny dude too, man. And he can chuck that ball.
I saw a thing on Twitter the other day that showed the fastest pitch in the All-Star game for the last 7. Golly. Those guys are freaking humming it.
I know, they're all throwing hard.
Well, I was going to say, and Misiorowski's at the top of the heap.
Right.
Yeah.
He is a true flamethrower.
And then the All-Star break, which was just last week, 2 weeks ago, the Miami Marlins were 10 games up. Now they're 2 under. They've lost 12 in a freaking row, man. How do you get out of that, Riley R. Jensen?
That's complicated.
I mean, does that wear on you? How much does that wear on you? Anything mentally you can do? I mean, they were 10 games over. They were one of the stories. Low payroll and all that stuff. And then, wow, then they lose 12 in a row. The Sox, we know, what did they won 15? They had won 15 after they sucked earlier. We've had all these crazy things going on this year. It's amazing to me.
Baseball is one of those sports that has more trouble coming out of streaks than anything, than any sport that I see. When it's down, it's down. When it's up. Just the highs and the lows of baseball seem to be incredible to me.
I would agree.
That's why when someone's really good at baseball and they're able to ride that roller coaster and do it consistently for years, that's why you love guys like Jeff Kent and Andrew Jones, these Hall of Famers that can do it for so many years in a row.
Yeah, it's incredible as far as that goes. The Salt Lake Bees lost 4-3 to Omaha in the series final. They opened a road trip tomorrow down in Texas. Okay, let's go.
Hashtag golf.
Jackson Koivin. Now, he's 21 years old, isn't he? He's a rook.
He's a rookie, yep.
Oh, he just held off Scotty Scheffler. No problem. And Matsuyama, I think Scheffler, what did he shoot, a 63 yesterday? Matsuyama, 64. And no problem there. They were not good enough as this rookie. We'll see what he does, man. And they stuck a long birdie putt at 18 to win it. That was in Minnesota. I was in Minnesota the last couple days. I thought about going over there, but I did not. I watched it on television in the hotel. So we got some new blood. And Scheffler, again, right around there, but does not win. The 3-stroke victory at the 3M Open in the Minneapolis area. Zach Blair was tied for 13 at 16 under. And Fishburne, Patrick Fishburne, another local, was tied at 16 at 15
go Patrick.
under. Yeah, Riley R. Jensen may know him. And Tony did not make the cut. There you go. That is your PGA golf. All right, finish it up with hockey.
Hashtag NHL.
Tortella, in a bizarre story, said he's disappointed. The whole story was bizarre. He takes over Vegas with, 8 games to go in the regular season.
Well, undefeated, yeah.
Yeah, gets them to the final, and they lose to Carolina. And then they don't retain him. They bring up their guy who was coaching in Henderson right down the road. And wonder, well, what was that about, man? He had a good run there, but it wasn't good enough to stay. But he says he still wants to coach. He's looking for another NHL job. I think he's like 66, 67.
68.
68 even. Do I hear 69?
No.
But not 70.
Not 70.
He wants to be coaching when he's 70, apparently. Well, good for him if that's what he wants to do. What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. No, there's just not. There's no job too big, too small for Shamrock Plumbing. You can get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. I told you, we got Derek Bodner. He covers the Sixers for Philly Sports, talking about the big move. And then Brian Getzeiler, Sirius XM NBA radio host and NBA TV contributor for Bodner, will be at 8:30, and then a half hour later at right around 9 o'clock, we'll go to North Jersey, Livingston. Livingston, the home of Chelsea Handler, for all of you people who are wondering where Livingston is. It's about 5 minutes away from where I grew up. Getzeiler knows the exact street I grew up on. He talked about it, so he'll be talking about this big deal. We'll get to it next. Riley Jensen sitting in for the Snig Dog this week. Stay with us, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.